Today we are going to create a no-sew Gourd Scarecrow. This is great for home, a craft fair, or even for classroom integration. Starting our craft took a while because we sketched out what we wanted the face to look like. Once we were satisfied, we then drew the face on the decorative gourd with a pencil and traced it with a thin permanent marker. When I am doing this large of a craft with my class, I do bring in my example. I show them other examples as well. This provides them with a wide range of ideas. My example pictures are of different levels of ability, so that they can visualize how everyone's best effort provides great results. Once we had our face traced with black permanent marker, we then painted it. We used acrylic paint on the eyes, nose, and cheeks. The mouth I really liked just drawn with marker, so after doing a few little stitches or X's on it, it was finished. The eyes and nose took 2 coats of paint to look fully covered, but the cheeks just took 1 light dusting of pink. Another thing that I find important when completing these larger projects with a class is to give them prior notice. I show them the materials that I will have available and remind them that they will be sharing them with the entire class. They are more than welcome to bring in additional supplies to add to their final art project if they want. I do have students that oftentimes want that option but need notice to be able to get what they want. What we were going to do with the hat just came to me out of the blue. I didn't want it to be really hard because I wanted this to be a no-sew project using simple items from my craft supplies. I decided to cut a piece of cardboard, cover it material, and use it for the bottom of the hat. And then attach a cone-shaped piece of material to the top and stuff it. Trust me, this will make a lot more sense with a visual. For my cone-shaped piece, I did a real quick test with a $1 orange tablecloth to make sure that it would work. So that is what we are using as a pattern to trace onto our material. If you are wondering, I am not and have never been a special art teacher. However, I have found that students learn and remember so much more when they have the freedom to be creative. I do connect my crafts to some type of academic learning, whether it is English language arts, social studies, math, science. There is always some type of connection. We are going to take the smaller piece of material that we cut, fold it onto the brim of our hat, which is the cardboard piece with a hole in it, and hot glue it on. I am sure you noticed that I did not give dimensions for the cardboard hat piece. This was really a work-as-you-go moment. We cut a piece of material and then cut it to fit. So it all depends on how big you make your cardboard and how much material you want on it. The material is now all nice and secure, so I need to locate and cut out the original hole in the cardboard. Unfortunately, I forgot to borrow fabric scissors from my mom, so I had to start cutting a hole with the box knife. Lucky me, she showed up just in time, so I had her finish making the hole in the fabric. If you create this type of hat, you just have to make your circle bigger until you get the size you want. Once it was almost the right size, we put slits in the corner of the circle, tried to put it on our gourd again, and it was the perfect fit. Now we're going to take our cone-shaped piece of material and circle it around the top of the hat and head of the gourd. We then doubled a rubber band, put it over our cone piece, and pushed it down to where the 2 pieces of the hat connected. In order to help the transition between the 2 hat pieces, I tucked sections of the material into the rubber band to make little ruffles. Since I had not hot glued the material together yet, I did take a safety pin and connected the bottom of this material together. This helped me keep everything straight throughout the task. Okay, now that we have the ruffles the way that we like them, we're going to start hot gluing the hat together. Just as a reminder, this is a no-sew project, so that is why we're hot gluing. However, if you wanted to go the extra mile and sew the hat, please please feel free to do that. I would refer back to and connect this craft in the classroom several times. One way you could connect this to academic learning is to have the students write a story about their Gourd Scarecrow. You could work on vocabulary and provide the students with a high-level word bank. Have them use at least 3 vocabulary words from the list in their story. Then have them use the dictionary to find your specified amount of words that are new to them. Once the hat is glued most of the way, we go ahead and start putting some stuffing in. We played around with the stuffing. We didn't want ours quite as fluffy, so we ended up taking some of ours out. Then we glued it a little bit higher and finished it off with a knot. We decided to go ahead and give our scarecrow the traditional flower on his hat, which just added some extra cuteness. Now you could stop right here and the scarecrow, to me, would look finished. However, I did decide to do a few more things to it. First, I decided to give him his own personal platform. I hot glued him onto a piece of wood. I also added a little bit of Gorilla Glue for extra hold. Then, for the last touch, I just added some fall raffia. Let me know in the comments down below if you plan on making a Gourd Scarecrow. Is it for your house, or are you a teacher and you're implementing some of these larger crafts into your curriculum? I would also really appreciate it if you would subscribe and click the bell for notifications.